and Eli Merritt. They were both published in this year's anthology, which is really exciting for us. Jonathan is a healer who has been practicing the art of poetry for nearly 50 years. He was the founding editor of the literary magazine Five Fingers Review and the spiritual magazine Sacred Fire. He has published several chapbooks of his poetry and is currently compiling a full-length manuscript called Divine Guidance. So come on up here, Jonathan and Eli. And if we could have everyone in group 3 go ahead and line up for Miss Aguirre's. We'll have you guys read it afterwards.
Oops.
Thank you. Just have to say how honored and pleased and humbled and inspired I am to be reading in this group of such beautiful and fresh poets, and to be in the presence of such magnificent art. And not the least to be able to share this stage with my monumental son. This poem's called Every Stream is a Sacred Being. She wells up from the earth and channels down the mountain, carving the mineral wealth from the stone. It is her wealth. She gathers her little sisters and brothers as they trickle down through the forest. She becomes her brothers and sisters, and they become her. She carries her fish, feeds and shelters them. They are in her, she is in them. She spreads her wealth to the reeds and bushes and trees and receives leaves, petals, and stems. She becomes them. She laughs all white in her rapids. The wind swoops low above her and carries her laughter and becomes her voice. She receives the rain and becomes the rain. She spreads herself across the land and takes in her body the vital soil. The animals and people all drink from her. She begrudges them nothing. She flows through their bodies and becomes their bodies and receives their minerals and oils. She guides the people through the forest. She guides the people back home. She joins the river and becomes the river. She feeds the fields and gives life to the cities. She spreads wide in the delta and lingers there. She gives herself to the Holy of Holies, her mother, the sea, who welcomes her and becomes her and carries her forever in her great watery heart.
Hello. Yeah, it's very good to be back here. This is my 3rd time being published in honoring our rivers, and I truly am honored to be here. My father is a phenomenal poet, and I hope to live up to him someday, so yeah. Well, my work of art, Meditation by the River, is a poem because I can't draw, and yeah, I'll read it now. The great moon shining over the meadow, burning its way through the infinite darkness. 7 holy shards of light cutting away at the despair in your soul. You see water rising and thundering around you, eroding at the pain in your heart. The fire blazes in the warmth of the hearth, and you feel the earth covering your feet. In the distance, the river roars, shouting its gentleness and ferocity to the heavens. The wind howls in return, giving voice to 1,000 years of solitude, feeling the joy of being home. People will say that home is where the heart is, but home, I believe, is where birds can sing freely, where the flowers can bloom without disruption, when your heart and your soul are in perfect accord, when the great light of the sun gives way to the gentle darkness of night, when the mirror that is your soul reflects what is truly important. That is home. All have limits. All have a darkness in their hearts that no light can penetrate. So you must feel the heat of the flame, the strength of the earth. You must roar with the river. Scream your pain, your sadness, your anger to the heavens. and hear it yell back in a primal fury that finally will break these emotions, leaving you with nothing but warm shadows that wrap you in a gentle embrace. Push past your limits, and you will find that home is not a place nor a thing, but is instead an emotion that strips you of all the things but a gentle peace, an emotion that saves you from the pain of this world and leaves you with the flame of your heart and the mirror of your soul, burning in an endless darkness and turning it to light.